is a fairy tale? What makes a story a good fairy tale? Any ideas? Any ideas what makes it a good fairy tale? What about any story that is a made-up story? It didn't really happen, it's just made. Could that be a fairy tale? Yeah. Have you guys ever made up a story? That means you guys are good at making up fairy tales. What about if it has a magic spell in it? Yes. Would that make it a good fairy tale? Yeah, that would totally make it a good fairy tale. What about if there's a happy ending in the fairy tale? Would that make it a good story? Yeah, those are all things that make good fairy tales. Is Beauty and the Beast a fairy tale? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Is it one of the best fairy tales ever? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to read you a little bit of the Beauty and the Beast story while we wait for all of our friends to get here. It's a little bit different than the movie because it was written a long time ago, but I'm going to read it to you and I want you to see if you can imagine Beauty and if you can imagine her going into the castle and if you can imagine the Beast coming and talking to her. Are you ready? Okay, here it is. Here it comes. The merchant bade Beauty a hasty farewell. As soon as he was mounted on his horse, the horse went off at such a pace that she lost sight of him in an instant. Then Beauty began to cry and wandered sadly back to her room. Soon she found she was very sleepy, and as she had nothing better to do, she lay down and instantly fell asleep. And she dreamed she was walking by a river with trees when a young prince, handsomer than she had ever seen, and with a voice that went straight to her heart, came to her and said, "Ah, Beauty, you are not so sad as you suppose. Here you will be rewarded. All you have to do is find me. No matter how I may be disguised, I love you dearly, and in making me happy, you will find your own happiness." "What can I do to make you happy?" said Beauty. "Only be grateful," he said, "and do not trust too much to your eyes. Do not let yourself be deceived by appearances. Above all, do not desert me until you have saved me from my cruel misery." So Beauty woke up and she decided to go explore the castle. The first room she entered was lined with mirrors. Can you imagine going in a castle with lots of mirrors in it? Yeah. Beauty saw herself reflecting on every side and thought she had never seen such a charming room. Then she entered a room that was full of candlesticks. Do you guys remember a candlestick from the movie? Yeah, he was funny, wasn't he? Then Beauty found her supper served just the way she liked it, but there was no one around. Soon it was nighttime, and Beauty decided to go back to sleep, and she had another dream. This time, the handsome prince came back, and he said, "Have you found me yet?" And she said, "No, not yet." The next day, Beauty met the Beast, and he said, "Good morning, Beauty." She answered cheerfully and managed to conceal her terror. The Beast asked how she had been doing, and she told him all the rooms that she had seen. Then he asked if she thought she could be happy in such a place, and Beauty answered, "Everything would be so beautiful, but I don't think I could be happy here," said Beauty. "Do you love me, Beauty? Will you marry me?" said the Beast. "Oh, what shall I say?" cried Beauty, for she was afraid to make the Beast angry by refusing. "Say yes or no without fear," he replied. "Oh, no, Beast," Beauty said hastily. "Since you will not marry me, good night, Beauty," he said. And she answered, "Good night, Beast," very glad to find her refusal had not made him angry. After he was gone, she was very soon in bed and dreaming of the prince. Dreaming of her unknown prince, he came to her and said, "Beauty, why are you so unkind to me?" Does anyone know who the prince in her dreams might be? did she like the Beast? No, because he was kind of scary looking. Yeah, so she has some learning to do, that sometimes somebody might be a little scary looking, but does that mean that we shouldn't like them? No, does that mean we should probably be their friend? Does it mean you have to marry them? No, it doesn't mean that you have to marry them. But it's probably a good idea to be their friend. So that's the original Beauty and the Beast story from a long time ago. Which do you like better?